Chisum was in the cafe printing an assignment when her phone rang. It was her mother. She answered with a shaky voice. "Hello, Mama." The voice on the other end screamed. "Shameless girl. So this is what you went to Lagos to do? Wearing naked clothes and showing yourself like a prostitute?" Chisum froze. "I knew it. You left my house to disgrace me. You're a useless child, just like your cursed father." "Mama, it was just a school show, I didn't." "Don't call me Mama again. I don't have a daughter like you." The call ended. Chisum stared at the screen for a long time. She walked out of the cafe, sat by the gutter, and wept like a child. Her phone buzzed again and again. Amarachi had added her to a family WhatsApp group just to mock her. Her uncles were writing, "Please don't forget to send us wedding invitation when your sugar daddy marries you." Her aunts dropped Bible verses. Even her younger cousins were laughing with "Lagos Ashowo" comments. She wanted to disappear. For 2 days, she didn't go to class. She locked herself in the hostel room and cried until her throat was sore. She didn't eat. Didn't talk. She began to think about dropping out. Going back to ABA. Apologizing. Maybe she could just marry early and forget this whole dream. But then, a knock came at the door. It was Bisola. Behind her was Mrs. Osand. They had been looking for her. Mrs. Osand sat beside her on the bed and held her hand. "I know it hurts. But if you give up now, you'll never forgive yourself." "I can't take it anymore," Chisum whispered. "My family, they hate me." "No, they fear you. Because you're doing what they couldn't." The words broke something in her. That evening, Mrs. Osan took her to a quiet cafe, bought her a proper meal, and listened as she poured out everything about her mother, her sisters, the jealousy, the lies, the beatings. "You don't owe them your silence," her mentor said. "What you owe yourself is a chance. A real chance." A week later, Mrs. Osan sent her a text. "There's a part-time admin job at a media house I work with. I told them about you. Go there tomorrow at 9 a.m. Dress smart." Chisum went. Her hands were shaking. But she got the job. It paid 40,000 Nigerian nairas a month, just enough to pay for her hostel and feed herself properly. She worked in the evenings, arranging files and taking calls. It was hard, but she felt useful. She felt seen. One day, after closing from work, she looked at her reflection in a glass window. She barely recognized the girl staring back at her. Not the scared Chisum from ABA. Not the girl who hid in corners while her sisters sparkled. But a woman, building her own life, brick by brick. And this time, she wasn't going to stop. Wait. Before we continue, have you liked this video yet and commented? Because if you watched till now, it's because this story is sweeter than sugar and honey combined. LOL. Also, please take a chance on us and subscribe so that you can enjoy more interesting and captivating stories like this one. When Chisum came home for the semester break, she looked nothing like the girl who had left a year ago. Her skin glowed, her posture was straight, and her eyes held a quiet confidence. She wore a simple dress, but it fit her like it was made for her. The moment she stepped into the compound, the atmosphere shifted. Her mother stared at her from the balcony. Her eyes moved up and down Chisum's body like she was scanning for signs of trouble. Her cousins whispered and stared as though they couldn't believe what they were seeing. "Chisum, is this really you?" her Aunt Ngozi said with a plastic smile. "You look different." "Thank you, Ma," Chisum replied politely, keeping her distance. For the first 2 days, everyone acted overly sweet. Her cousins who used to mock her were now asking about Lagos, asking for hair tips, pretending to admire her thrifted but classy outfits. Her mother made stew with fresh meat and called her to eat first, something she had never done before. But Chisum wasn't stupid. On the third night, As she was washing her face in the corridor, her younger brother Obiora quietly came to her and whispered, "Check your bag. Don't sleep." Alarmed, Chisum rushed inside. Her phone had been tampered with. Her handbag, though neatly placed, had clearly been opened. She opened her banking app. It was asking for a password reset. Her cousin Amarachi's phone sat too close to hers on the table. Chisum calmly packed her things and told her mother she was returning to Lagos the next morning. "Oh, you just came yesterday," her mother said in a sweet but tight voice. "At least stay and rest now." "I have a group project," Chisum lied, looking her mother directly in the eyes. The next morning, before anyone could pretend any further, she left the house without saying much. Her brother Obiora hugged her quietly at the gate. "Take care, Chi," he said. "They are jealous because you didn't become what they expected." Chisum walked away without looking back. Her throat tightened, but she didn't cry. She had cried enough. Back in Lagos, Chisum poured herself into her life like someone escaping a fire. School, work, modeling, networking. She had no room for distractions. And just when she thought she'd reached her limit, life surprised her. One rainy morning, her mentor, lecturer Busy, called her into her office. "There's a scholarship for outstanding undergraduates. Fully funded. Study abroad. 1 year. I've already recommended you," she said with a proud smile. Chisum's heart stopped. "Me? Abroad? Yes. You deserve it. Your grades, your story, you're exactly what they're looking for." Days later, the confirmation email came. She had been selected. France. 1 year. All expenses paid. As if that wasn't enough, the media company where she worked part-time offered her a small brand ambassadorship deal for one of their campus initiatives. Her face would be used in their posters. She'd receive a monthly stipend. And like a spark to dry leaves, her name began to spread, first on campus, then online. Students reposted her photos. Bloggers reached out. Her Instagram followers tripled in a week. She smiled through it all, grateful. But she never posted anything too flashy. She never used her real surname online. And she never told anyone from home. Her trauma ran deep. She had tasted their jealousy. She had seen how far they could go. So she kept her rising fame a secret, especially from her family. Then one Sunday morning, she received a quiet phone call. It was her uncle. "Chisum, your father is dead." She froze. No tears came immediately. Just silence. Her father, distant, broken, weak, was gone. And he had died without ever seeing her shine. Without ever holding her and saying, "I'm proud of you." She sat on her hostel bed, her phone still in her hand, her body still. For the first time in months, she wept like a child. Not because she missed him, but because he had missed her transformation. Thanks for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it and learned something interesting, and comment, "I want part 4" for full story.